going on, guys? It's David here. Welcome to another Devotional Saturday. Can't believe it. We're in the first week of 2023. We got 51 weeks left. I had to do some math there. I know it's 52 weeks in a year. Minus a week is 51 weeks left. The first week already flew by. Continue to dwell in the Lord. I know a lot of people, too, at the beginning of the year, they want to do like a Bible reading plan, get through the Bible in a year. And usually I try to read the Bible through once a year. Sometimes I try to take my time. Other times I do it for fun. Let's see how fast I can get through it, see what I can soak in. It helps with just understanding the stories. It's been really good. And actually today's devotional is going to be based off of something I actually read at work when I was on my break, that because I'm going through that Bible and I knew I was going to be busy that night, so I wanted to get some of the chapters in. And it was about the 10 Commandments, and it was right after the 10 Commandments of what Moses said. But first, this one I was reading in my morning reading, and it's from my favorite chapter, Romans chapter 8. Definitely get into Romans. It is just powerful. There's so much into Romans there. But Romans chapter 8, verse 6, and it says, and this is from the NASB, says, "For the mind set on the flesh is death, but the mind set on the spirit is life and peace." Life and peace for those who have their mind set on the spirit. And what a verse to go into this year with, of just keeping our minds focused on the spirit, because there is true life and peace within the spirit. This world will try to sell you its peace, and but it's not there. Life, it can't give you life. It's just not there. So get it from the Spirit, guys. If your mind's been focused so much on everything around you in the world, focus on God's kingdom. And then the verse I read when I was reading through the 10 Commandments and saw Moses, it never clicked for me up until I was reading this. And it's like, whoa. And so he reads the 10 Commandments because he's up on the mountain, and then the people, they saw thunder and lightning, and they were pretty scared, and it says they were fearful. And then it says, Moses said to them, "Do not be afraid, for God has come in order to test you, and in order that the fear of him may remain with you, so that you may not sin." And that strikes me because one thing I know Jesus talks about, he says, when the disciples are falling asleep and he kept going away to pray, he would tell them, "Hey, can't you stay awake? What's going on? Watch and pray so you don't fall into temptation." And here's Moses saying, "Do not be afraid, for God has come in order to test you, and in order that the fear of him may remain with you, so that you may not sin." So that was huge. I'm thinking, oh, that's so, like, to keep us from sinning, let's have that fear of the Lord, and knowing he's watching, because he knows everything. So for one, set your minds on the Spirit so you have life and peace, and keep the fear of the Lord with you throughout the days of your life as you go about your days. So if you're about to sin, think of the fear of the Lord. So that just really struck me this week. So that's what I want you to do. Take that with you into this year and run with it. And I really hope you're getting into Scripture, because how are you going to know about the Spirit? How are you going to know about all these things in the fear of the Lord? It's through His Word. So get into His Word. I want to encourage you, dive into it. There is so much here. It is exciting. I do love going through it. I remember when I was younger, I wasn't a Christian. This was boring. Who wants to read this from 2,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago? These things are written like, ugh. But it's exciting, guys, especially when you're in Jesus. So get out there, be a light in the world. Until next time, I love ya. Peace. I'm out.